Welcome to American Mythology. If you're a fan of dark tales told by the fire, be sure to like and subscribe. In Roane County, West Virginia, there's a creek named after an early settler. He was an isolated man, the subject of speculation in his own time. The details of his life were mysterious then and even more so now. But his memory lives on as a folk tale, as dark as it is strange. In the early 1800s, people at the salt works on the Kanawha River had a strange visitor once a year. He was a tall, skeleton-thin old man who appeared out of the woods dressed in raw, untanned deer skins laced together into shapeless clothing. His hair and beard were a wild tangle, never cut or combed. His name was Gabriel Littlepage. A large gray canine followed him everywhere. Some said it was a wolf. Others said it was a large dog. He carried a pack of furs which he bartered for the red salt produced along the Kanawha. He'd also stop at Kanawha Courthouse and trade ginseng for gunpowder and lead, then return to the forest. Some said he had been in trouble with the law in the East and was living as a fugitive in the woods. Others said he had been greatly in love with a beautiful woman in Virginia who had married someone else. Others claimed that he'd had a wife and children who were killed in the last of the Native American raids. Other stories cast him as a religious hermit, a holy man in the mold of an Old Testament prophet who had withdrawn to lonely places to escape temptations of the flesh and to pray over the wickedness of mankind. He rarely spoke, but when he did, his words were those of a man of culture and refinement. This gave rise to speculation that he was related to the wealthy Littlepage family who owned a stone mansion in Charleston, but neither he nor they ever claimed a connection with each other. When Gabriel stopped making appearances in the Kanawha River Valley, everyone agreed that the old man must have died. Years passed, and settlements expanded further and further into the wilderness. Gabriel's home was eventually discovered, a rocky overhang next to a sullen little creek. He had leaned poles against the face of the rock and had banked the earth against them. In the gloomy shelter, there was an old kettle, an axe, a rusted long rifle, and bones. The settlers that discovered it found two skulls, one human, the other canine. Both had the tops blown away by a rifle ball. Directly in front of the rock stood an ancient beech tree. On it, Gabriel had written his own birth and death dates, along with a reference to Genesis 4:13, which reads, "And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear." Old-time residents of Gabe's Creek claim that the beech tree was struck by lightning and destroyed on the anniversary of Gabriel's death. Others have reported ghostly sights and sounds in the area, and a wolf-like creature that has made occasional appearances. The face of Gabe's rock was blasted away to make room for the road, but you can see what remains of it next to Fairview Baptist Church. This story is a reminder that all of us, even the most rugged individuals, need human connection. Roane County is a beautiful part of West Virginia. If you ever visit Gabe's Rock, I recommend staying at the Bourne family's Strawberry Farm and Country Road Bed and Breakfast. They're just down the road from the Fairview Baptist Church, and I'll put a link to their website in the description.